Welcome back to the Sage Audio channel. Today we'll answer the question, are Logic Pro X plugins any good? We'll look at some of the best ones, including but not limited to their limiter, their equalizer and tube equalizers, their compressors, and others. We'll also listen to examples of each plugin being used on a stereo mix, so if you could, like, subscribe to the channel, and stick around for the full video. But first, if you're an artist, engineer, or producer, and you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us at sageaudio.com. We'll master it for you and send you a free mastered sample of it. All you gotta do is set up an account, upload the song, and we do the rest. So first up is the Amp Stock plugin by Logic Pro X, good for guitar modeling. In short, yes, the Logic Pro X Amp Stock plugin uses impulse responses to model various amp heads and guitar cabinets. Furthermore, you can change the microphone type and model, as well as alter its position around the cone to change the timbre. As you'd expect, each amp head offers unique settings that you can control and alter, including gain, a basic equalizer section, maybe some reverb or tremolo depending on the amp head that you choose. All in all, you get a lot of options here for amp modeling. What's more, if you combine this plugin with the pedal board plugin, you can really achieve some cool effects and make your guitar even more realistic sounding. Also, if you put the pedal board plugin before your amp plugin, this is going to more realistically emulate the signal chain of a guitar. Granted, these plugins won't sound as good as the real thing, but they're still great free plugins nonetheless. Of course, you can make this effect even better with some other stock plugins like compressors or exciters, but we'll cover these later on. Let's listen to these plugins on a direct input electric guitar to see what they add to the signal. Next up, is the Logic Pro X limiter any good? Although it wouldn't be my first choice to use as a limiter, Logic Pro X offers a pretty good one. Whereas other limiters only offer an input gain and an output function, Logic Pro X's limiter offers gain, release, output level, look ahead, true peak detection, and 2 limiting modes. This makes it a lot more versatile than other limiters, especially free ones. Now what's great about this limiter in particular are the look ahead and true peak detection functions, both of which allow you to make your master louder without introducing significant distortion to the signal. Now if we run a 100 Hz sine wave through the limiter and then measure it with a frequency analyzer, we can see that if look ahead is enabled, it's difficult to get the plugin to distort. Granted, if we significantly attenuate the signal, lower the release time, and don't use look ahead, low frequencies will distort. But this is true of most limiters. Let's listen to Logic Pro X's limiter on a stereo mix.
Drunk, I've never seen you clearer than now. We're flying high, floating somewhere up in the clouds. We're going out of ourselves, can you feel it? Almost like I don't know if it's real, cause when we're doing our thing, we're like wheels that won't stop turning. So take me on a trip, now trip. Oh, flick the switch, kill the lights. Oh, wasted. City lights are shining so bright. All these empty faces, we don't care about them tonight. We're going out of ourselves, can you feel it? Almost like I don't know if it's real, cause when we're doing our thing, we're like wheels that won't stop turning.
Next, does Logic Pro X offer any good equalizers? Logic Pro X offers multiple equalizer types, from your basic EQs to more advanced and rare equalizers with matching capabilities and linear phase options. Logic Pro X also offers a vintage EQ collection with emulations of Neve, API, and Pultec equalizers. They've even improved the Pultec emulation by avoiding stepped rotaries and by offering phase and harmonic generation options. Furthermore, if you use the regular equalizer, you can enable mid-side equalization, which is great for mastering and stereo imaging during mixing. All in all, there are some really impressive and somewhat surprising options here. Let's take a listen to these equalizers on a stereo mix.
Drunk, I've never seen you clearer than now. We're flying high, floating somewhere up in the clouds. We're going out of ourselves, can you feel it? Almost like I don't know if it's real. Cause when we're doing our thing, we're like wheels that won't stop turning. So take me on a trip, now trip. Oh, flick the switch, kill the lights. Oh, wasted. City lights are shining so bright. All these empty faces, we don't care about them tonight. We're going out of ourselves, can you feel it? Almost like I don't know if it's real. Cause when we're doing our thing, we're like wheels that won't stop turning.
Next up, does Logic Pro X offer any good reverb plugins? Although the majority of Logic Pro X's reverb plugins are pretty basic, if not kind of disappointing, they do offer one reverb plugin that's useful and impressive. The new version of the Space Designer Reverb really offers some fantastic features, as well as offers an intuitive design. Now with this plugin, you can load multiple impulse responses, in turn achieving realistic reverberation, at least more realistic than you could from most algorithmic reverb plugins. Various functions allow you to affect the impulse response and shape the overall reverb length, density, and frequency. The ADSR of the reverb can also be altered, and the quality of the impulse response can be increased for added realism. Let's take a listen to this reverb plugin on a stereo mix and some individual stems.
Drunk, I've never seen you clearer than now. We're flying high, floating somewhere up in the clouds. Going out of ourselves, can you feel it? Almost like I don't know if it's real. When we're doing our thing with our wheels that won't stop turning. So take me on a trip, now trip. Oh, flick the switch, kill the lights. When we're doing our thing, we're like wheels that won't stop turning.
Last up, does Logic Pro X offer any good compression plugins? Logic Pro X's compressor offers 7 variations in one plugin, each with different compression characteristics, optional mild distortions, and overall timbres. The compressor plugin is one of Logic Pro X's best stock plugins due to its versatility and the quality of the compression and the plugin's design. Now, this plugin is probably my favorite stock plugin. In fact, I think other paid plugin developers could take note of the design and ease of use with this plugin. It's pretty amazing how simple it is to switch between multiple compression types, each type offering recognizable designs and aesthetics respective to that era that they represent. Now, all of the basic functions are available, as are some extras like distortion, a basic limiter, knee, and automatic makeup gain. The metering is simple but intuitive, allowing you to monitor the amount of attenuation without making the metrics convoluted. Simply put, it's a very impressive stock plugin that gives engineers a lot to work with. Let's listen to this compressor plugin on a stereo mix and some individual stems.
I know I'm acting stupid, but being dumb, maybe just a little bit foolish, but I feel so young. seen you clearer than now. We're flying high, floating somewhere up in the clouds. We're going out of ourselves, can you feel it? Almost like I don't know if it's real. Cause when we're doing our thing, we're like wheels that won't stop turning. So take me on a trip, trip, trip. Now trip, trip, trip. Oh, flick the switch, kill the lights. Oh, wasted. City lights are shining so bright. All these empty faces, we don't care about them tonight. We're going out of ourselves, can you feel it? Almost like I don't know if it's real. Cause when we're doing our thing, we're like wheels that won't stop turning.
Now, although not all of Logic Pro's stock plugins are the best, the DAW offers engineers a lot of great introductory and not so introductory options. Granted, there are some plugins that really need to be updated, like the multipressor or vocal tuning and pitch plugins, but overall, there's a lot to be impressed by. So, if you're a Logic Pro user and you're curious whether or not you should use the stock plugins, I think you should. They really are some of the best free plugins available, and that's saying something considering how many talented developers are out there. But these are just our thoughts on Logic stock plugins, and we want to know what you think. Do you like their plugins, or do you typically avoid them when you're working? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, if you're an artist or an engineer, send us one of your mixes at sageaudio.com. We'll master it for you and send you a free mastered sample. All you have to do is set up an account, upload the song, and we do the rest. But thank you so much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and share this video with your friends. This way we know if you'd like to see more videos like this one. Also, you can subscribe to the channel. We release 3 to 4 videos every week, and subscribing is the best way to stay up to date. There's a comment section where you can leave your thoughts on this video, or you can make a suggestion for a future video. And again, if you're an artist or an engineer and you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us at sageaudio.com. We'll master it for you and send you a free mastered sample. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.